everybody, my name is Rachel and welcome to my channel Kalanati. Today I'm going to talk about 3 trade volumes of comics that I have read recently. I'm going to start with volume 1 of Giant Days. This was created and written by Allison and illustrated by Lissa Treiman. This was really fun. I'm going to liken this to Lumberjanes. It's a more adult and more sedate, wacky adventures of women story that I think you will enjoy if you really love Lumberjanes, and I'm somebody who really does love Lumberjanes. This is about 3 young women who go to university. They've been friends, fast friends, for 3 weeks, and now that they're away from home, all the crazy things are happening. Esther has a drama field. Everything around her turns into a huge, crazy deal. Susan is trying to avoid her frenemy, a man named McGraw, and all the girls want to know why she doesn't like him and what her history with him is. And Daisy is an ex-homeschooled, very socially shy young woman who is now going to be corrupted by outside influences, which just makes me laugh because I can relate slightly. But yeah, it's like the life and times of this group of women who are really good friends and just stuff happens to them. The artwork also really reminds me of Lumberjanes. It's got some of those wacky, fun drawings. It's not as crazy, but it does have that colorful appeal to it. I just really like it. Yeah, it just totally looks like Lumberjanes to me. Since this volume only collects the first 4 issues, I don't want to make any snap judgments about the series. So far, I just know that I really enjoy the characters, I like their friendship with each other, and I like the artwork and the writing, and it's gonna be fun if the rest of the series is similar to what's promised in these first 4 issues. The other 2 that I'm going to talk about are second volumes in series. First is Descender Volume 2, A Machine Moon. This is by Jeff Lemire and Dustin Nguyen. A lot of people have been talking about Descender because it was nominated for the BookTube SFF Awards, and it's a really fantastic series. It's got a very interesting story, great writing, and of course, the watercolor artwork is truly excellent. I just love it that you can look closely and you can see the texture of the watercolor paper underneath it. It gives this soft, muted flavor to a story that's actually quite harsh and brutal and intense in places. And I love it. This series is about a robot boy named Tim 21. He lives in a world where robots have been banned and outlawed after a robot apocalypse, and various factions are after him because they think that he either holds a key to why the apocalypse happened, or that he's just bad because he's a robot. And in this second volume, a man from Tim 21's past is introduced, as well as another version of Tim 21, like Tim 22 or whatever his name is. I just think the character introductions in this volume made me care about the story even more, a little bit more complexity outside of just this group of people who've fallen in with Tim 21. He's going to be pulled in different directions now, and I really think I'm going to like that. The only weakness of the second volume for me is that the robot dog isn't there that much. I think the robot dog is so cute. And I am also kind of tired of Driller. Driller is one of the robots that came with Tim 21 from the moon colony that he was discovered at. And I don't know, the repeated Driller is a killer thing I don't care for so much. But I think the story is probably moving away from that. The final volume that I want to talk about is Lazarus Volume 2. This is written by Greg Rucka with art by Michael Lark and with Brian Level as well. This series is about a future where geographic national boundaries have broken down and the world is now based on finances. The rich people control the entire world. Only a handful of families controls all the resources. And if you are not one of their serfs taken care of by them, then you are a waste and you have nothing. Each of these families has their protector, a person chosen from their family to be modified to become like a super soldier called a Lazarus. And this series follows Forever, who is the Lazarus for the Carlisle family. In the very beginning, she is given a message that she is not actually related to her family, which brings up questions, I think, about who the Lazarus soldiers actually are and what their purpose is. And Forever seems to be kind of denying this, but this volume made me care even more about her character, because while in the present day she's very tough, she makes decisions that you think she's kind of a monster for making. She's not nice. She is protecting her family, and you get a lot of flashbacks to her training as a child, what she went through, and you see more of that manipulation by her family members that clearly you see behind the scenes that they know she's not a member of their family. It's twisted. It's really twisted. There's also another family introduced in this. They are waste, who are hoping to be uplifted to become serfs. This is something that the story really needs. I believe that the first volume mostly focused on introducing the Carlisle family and how they're on top of everything, but to understand the conflicts in this world, we need to have characters at the bottom who are going through the daily struggles and see how that juxtaposes with the families and their power. There's a huge imbalance of power and privilege in this world, and so we need that other family. This is honestly more of a gritty shoot 'em up comic book than I would usually read, but I think the character of Forever is so interesting. It's uncommon for me to really feel like the more superhero enhanced modified characters in comic books are real people, but I like her in all of her unlikableness. I really appreciate that this character has been written and portrayed in this way that makes me really care about her so much, even though she is also unlikable. And that makes me think, interestingly enough, about how unlikable male characters are judged differently from unlikable female characters. I don't think that Forever is that compassionate of a person. I think, however, she's also torn in different directions, and her moral compass has been very influenced by how she was raised and her job and her, of course, family. It just makes her thought processes and her actions more interesting, and I think that if she was a male character, I wouldn't be noticing this stuff as much, which clearly is some sort of ingrained like misogyny in me and how I expect women to be portrayed in media. I don't know. Other people have probably noticed this, but for some reason the character of Forever in this really makes me think about that more. Also, I've been reading Cameron Hurley essays about this topic, so it's on top of my mind right now. So these are the 3 comic volumes I read recently. If you've read these and you want to talk about them, please comment down below. And if you want to recommend any other series to me that you think I would like based on these, I'm always looking for comic recommendations because a lot of things I just don't enjoy and I have to try them all to find out. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.